Scarlet VTuber. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Hello. Welcome on in. We're back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're still on episode 2, investigating. Oh my gosh, it's so loud on my end. Hold on. Oops. There we go. That should be better on my, at least from my end. Hello! We were solving things. Everyone's here now, it's a whole party. Oh! Miss Pavlova, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry we snuck in here without your permission, but get out now. We just needed to investigate in here to help understand. Oh! Ugh, it's no use. She's not gonna listen. I need to find someone who will. Okay. Biff? Please, just give me a little more time. I do nothing for you, except show you way to ship's prison cell. Ugh, thanks, but no thanks. But I'm innocent. I didn't kill anyone. And trespassing and stowing away? Well, that's not murder. Well, you know, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues, and well... Enough. You are guilty. Ship's cell is only place fit for you. Come on, there has to be someone. some savior to rescue me from this crisis. You've gotten yourself into a difficult situation here. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. Did he get beat up more? It was just the black eye before, right? I feel like he's more beat up. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. That's right, the pet's missing. I remember now. It's all coming back to me slowly. Sorry, I was just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there's really nothing more I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, a punch in the face will be the least of my worries. Aww. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. And now this has happened, I'll have to report to the captain at once. I really need some help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. Okay, we're still looking for the savior. I thought it was gonna be him. Is this our savior? What the? Oh, the music stopped. What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from the hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles. Naturally, yeah, he did say that. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. Ugh, I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. You again. The great detective. Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak. An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved. By me, naturally. Oh? Oh. What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I'm about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Say great one more time. Why does he look like he has, like, tire tracks on his face? Like, what is that tan line he's got going on? It's very unnerving. Huh. You have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. That's so true. Sonic the Hedgehog's really good at solving murders. We all know who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it. The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. Ah! The ship, when there's, like, rough waters and stuff, or there's sudden turns, it bolts automatically. We learned that because it happened to this room. That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin. No. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Where were you last stream when that was my stream title, Susato? Da, locked room. That is point. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. Oh my gosh, he's gonna go with the vent. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you, even as we speak. The ventilator, man! The ventilator? You think this is funny. I cannot even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. But it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. Oh, is it now? Oh, there he goes. Mr. Sholmes? What are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not. I am ready. What I am about to expose for all of you to see will shock you to your cores. Behold. What the? I don't know who's saying that. Oh! The pet's a snake? It was a snake? I thought it was gonna be a bird. I was so dead set on it being a bird. Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The speckled band. The snake? Indubitably. That actually got me. I really did not expect it to be a snake. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy? Wouldn't you say? Is this snake irrelevant? Is this not even the pet? Hmm?
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you?
You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
What? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that's it all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I've drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. It was... I don't know if I believe it, the snake being the killer.
No.
She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asoji. Nice. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. Oh. So, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Alright, topic 1. Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes. When you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Okay, we gotta look out for that because she got confused by that one. That wording. I'm learning this new mechanic, slowly. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. It's Biff. He's, like, overly protective of her, and he wasn't shocked that, like, who she was or anything. I kind of figured that that's where it was going. Biff's her friend. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? Oh, she's like patting her pockets and stuff. No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's loud skin. It's like a... no. What is that? Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no? I don't know what you are talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slid the next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it slows its skin. Right. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Okay. I think it's Biff. I think he's the killer. Or he's involved somehow. How Mr. Asoji died. Moving on, we've come to the heart of the matter. Oh, we're still on, we gotta do part 2. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? Wait a second. According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Ah. Oh, that was her. Ah. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible weapon. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. She knows a lot about this. She's involved way more than I think. I don't think she's the killer, but... Oh no, could that be? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glances prove to be the hiding place you chose. Betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. Nope. Man, there's a lot we gotta cover with this deduction. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't? It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. 2, 3. Indeed, you put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duties, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true! Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. and its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Right. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Okay, well, we got a lot to cover. That was very, very long deduction. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor you will observe a saucer of milk. The promised food is the key to training any creature. Incredible. No, don't incredible him, Ryu. You solved the mystery, no. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable, as the Russians say. I could have done it with one left hand. Do they say that? Come on, thank you. Susanoo, please doubt him.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course. What's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madam.
And reptiles, don't drink milk? It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it'd be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. So, yes, so I'm not sure it'd really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling.
But madam, what are the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Whoa. That's actually interesting. I didn't even think of that. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves.
I'm learning a lot about snakes today.
So, I'm not really sure that a snake can manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in this cabin.
Then it should try harder. Amazing.
Please don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine that the snake could have had a part in this. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean... Oh, you had fun last time, were you?
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. You to do my work for me. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What? Hey. You've done it again.
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go? A magician never reveals his secrets. Fear not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright, let's do this. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. Yeah, we're gonna speed through this because we've done this. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. You cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Alright. She does have a pain expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
She's looking at her hand. Oh! She's got a claw scratch?
Oh, Naruhodo-san. Look! It looks like a very painful wound.
It looks like a scratch made by some kind of animal. And fairly recently, too.
Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
What else is causing her pain? Yes. Her claw scratch. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, it is the writhing serpent. Sorry, I was sneezing. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? Wait, so the snake's not even her pet? So actually, is it actually a bird? Because it gave her claw marks. Or something else? A rabbit? What would whistle? Birds whistle. That's why I thought it was a bird in the first place.
We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san.
I thought she was just looking at Biff.
That's where we'll find the answer.
Is it behind his back? Oh! Kitty! It's a cat! Yes! I didn't mean to present it. I was just trying to click on it. She's got a cat in her picture! You were looking over at this framed photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlova? Let's not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no. It's the frame that is your friend, isn't it? Because it so beautifully displays whatever you put inside it? Oh. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you do not have a 10 for observation or deduction. So I do actually have to click on it first. Okay, we're learning. Did that hurt? I didn't mean to present it. I was trying to click on it. Yes, a lot. It's cool they got unique dialogue depending on what you click. Miss Bird Villains was aimed at her friend.
And that same friend is probably responsible for the scratch in the back of her hand. We also know that whatever it is, this friend must be small enough to pass through the ventilator.
So it's a cat. I don't know, I thought it was a bird. Let me scout around again in the direction she looked. Yeah. Okay. So you actually have to click on it to get more, like, evidence. I saw it was a cat, though. Oh, look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we better take a closer look at this. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten. I could vibe with it. I could vibe with you, couldn't it? It could vibe with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit?
A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it.
And it's got a little bell.
Yes! Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet the fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. We'll need the snake. What explains can we give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's soft skin.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholmes' specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was his specialty. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but what is it? Seems to be soft and fluffy. Long piece of cloth of some sort. Like a cat toy? And that looks like a handle at one end.
I think it might be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently.
How is that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens, in particular, love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable.
It's a cat's toy.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? Did her cat escape and she was trying to get it back? My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. A photograph of Miss Pavlova and her friend, a kitten named Darka. The tiara she would wear on stage can also be seen. It was after I gave her her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. A beloved kitten. Yay! Alright, part 2. Death by a venomous snake's bite. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Well, that doesn't work anymore, because we know it's not a snake.
What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned.
Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Oh. There was no traces of external injury or poison. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other.
He's Nick, was.
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something. Or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow.
I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly.
Oh my god, was his death accidental? That's really tragic.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? There was a small piece of glass. And the mark on the floor. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asoji's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asoji must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And, by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No!
I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asoji lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more?
It can't be true. I refuse to accept it. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But...
And if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Basket?
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, the piece of glass is from the bell. Oh, what's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you?
Yes! It's the bell on the kitten. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Soji's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? How did she get it? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't...
I don't know. In that hushed Russian accent of yours. Won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be the photograph. If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Tarka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inconspicuous fall. And the cause of that fatal stumble? Your absent feline friend, Darka. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Solved. Elementary! Eh. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late.
But I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it? Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it safe to lure the kitten back again? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Cosimo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... That's crazy. There's no way. I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Cosimo was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Beria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. And if Mr. Asoji was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? But... I still want to know what's up with, like, everyone having headaches. I'm assuming it's because of, like, the rough waters and the sudden ship turns. I feel like there's more to this. In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen. Where did the snake come from? I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again. Keeping her in a case is crazy. How can she breathe in there? Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself, at least. When I woke up this morning, I heard that the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right, where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it and where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? It seems he likes it. Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Perosico. What? What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from gate when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect him to find him in here. Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Perosico does not have venom. He is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. Once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Perosico eats mousies. Big fat round mousies. Oh, so is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Ah. Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Ooh, why is he so scary? It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle, it can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Perosico has nothing to do with this incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. He tripped over a cat. Crazy. There's no way. There's no way. That's not it. That's not how it goes. There's more to this story. He might have tripped over, but I don't think that's how he died. There's no way.
Miss Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. Whoa, Susanoo! But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident. One second.
Sorry about that.
I'm no great detective, like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth.
Oh.
Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
I was kind of convinced. To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Not again. When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Oh, we were close, alright. Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do. He did, yeah, because he did, like, write stuff in ink. Apparently. Maybe. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin? Yes. What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That's what we must establish in the first place. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. This is starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts in Miss Pavlova's story. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence.
The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. I guess him writing wardrobe?
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. It's written in Russian! It's written in Russian! Oh, she went into the room! She went into the room! Because he doesn't know Russian. The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Soji could have left this message on the floor. He died instantly! I forgot! He died instantly! Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Yes. It's in the postmortem. Wasn't it? Wasn't it instant? I swear it was instant. That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. He was not. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. Okay, she's incriminating herself. Man, I wanted to believe you were innocent, girlie. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. He couldn't have written it. There is no way that Mr. Soji could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Yep. Instant death. Ugh. I knew that'd come back. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Soji's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What? So Suzato-san has noticed it too, then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words... This is a tough one. The mark on the floor?
Yes!
This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. She has the other piece, though. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there is a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Huh.
Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that wastepaper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova?
Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asoji died last night in this cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asoshi's...
You are wasting time. Someone else was there. Duh, of course we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. But the ship moves. And only other person in cabin when young students died was you.
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I could have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message. To be precise about the details. Sholmes, I love that you're on my side. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I'd been asleep in there the entire time.
And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Soji really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. Didn't see it. A single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonders then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
You all suspect me, don't you?
Seaman Stroganoff? Nina is a woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join the ballet company. But before she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. That's how he knows her. We do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. So that's it. You say that when young students died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is all most interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How could you be so sure? You are a great detective, you should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina. And not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Niet. It's impossible. Ugh, he's right.
But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie threads around door latches so they can open and close them from outside.
Thread? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight, no threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Suzaru-san, how could you shift it onto me like that? So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, and so should you. because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. Because the bookshelf gets toppled over because of the
Yes!
movement of the ship. Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Emergency stop, that's what it is. Because the emergency alarm went off. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia, acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Susanna-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Huh. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga. Oh yes. That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Soji was killed... Two female murderers, huh? The SS Burya made another emergency stop. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Soji's cabin.
Oh my.
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop. It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room? Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm.
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Oh, wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. So, did he press the button last night because he was curious? As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with sheep? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now. I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asoji, did this ship make an emergency stop? Or did it not?
You are idiots. Burya is huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? There are no entries from 2 a.m. until early this morning in the ship's log.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff, it's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right? Duh, that is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this will be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine. You rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift burrow in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase, "nothing to report," every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would have normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you? Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened. Here aboard the SS Burya. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish. If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. But there was something going on with everybody at the night.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. I'm telling you, we were like drugged or something. What of the throbbing? Yes! Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We've all suffered with it.
Huh.
Oh, yes. I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
I'm gonna save because it's been a little bit. Yes, you've all afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right. My head's been throbbing today, too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes. Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Kazuma never ate it. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do. No, really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific design to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Sholmes!
Well, Seaman. Oh, interesting. I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made to the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade.
Please, no more. I will tell everything.
Huh?
I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in Zabele, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. That we could not make out drug. How do you say? Dissolve? Ugh, talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat, while all the passengers of the SS Buria slept soundly. Thanks to the almost magical efforts of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night Or the crew, people who dislike chicken, and... Hey up! Hello, Della Matthew. Hello, welcome on in. Hey up! The newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. Hello! And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. Amazing being. Oh, thank you! Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. How does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been a complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes!
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Crazy. That's crazy. What do you have to say for yourselves? You're all guilty. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night.
But... I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas.
It was me.
But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind.
What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me. Oops. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? He's just saying words. I believe the time has come. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said, of these two prevaricators. Observation?
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asoji's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So what we're looking for is a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Okay. Chunky arms. Oh! Oh! Ink stain.
Oh, look at this. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink if I'm not mistaken.
Chunky arms in a crop top. Ink. And look at the color, too. It's clear where this came from.
Yes!
The sailor, he's serving! Yes! Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Eh? Ah, yes, I am. I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain at the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I like to think what made it is clear. Oh, is that... Wait, was that Susato?
And I think what made it is clear.
Sorry. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves that what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. It's the ink. Yep.
Yes!
From writing wardrobe. Yes. It's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink. A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. The penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means... you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. What if he was just eating squidding pasta with his shirt on backwards? Of course! That's it! Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. As sailors do. As they do. I arranged everything in dead student's cabin to make it look like wardrobe man did it. Then I press button to make Burya do emergency stop in both cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one should suspect our angel.
Biff, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Biff, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Ososhi's cabin. And he tripped over and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers, only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard the sound of something falling on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asoshi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside,
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
ooh, get him! Get him, Susanoo. Well, Miss Pavlova?
Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you.
So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to be somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on this matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, well...
If Kazuma tripped and fell and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photographic print seems unnatural?
His hand?
Yes!
It looks like it's holding something.
Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something.
What do you mean?
Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago.
You did?
And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? This is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle?
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key.
What?
The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe, Find the answer with your own eyes. It's her missing earring.
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear.
Yes, that's an earring. Wait, look. It's a crescent moon.
There could be no doubt now, surely.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, on your ear there, I see you have a crescent moon as well. What? And on your other ear, nothing. There seems to be a crescent moon missing. A little ink holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Now the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly there's one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Soji must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear, perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Soji's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Soji do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no. Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Oh. I was rooting for her not to be the bad guy. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then I was at last in this cabin, and I could relax after this horrible long day. Tarka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Tarka would not come back. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, what are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. Huh. The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Tarka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin. Just a moment, sorry, but... Just a moment, sorry, but... Oh,
Yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Oh! Oh no, she thought he was going to tell on her. Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was.
How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Oh. He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Oh no, he was going to the wardrobe. He wasn't going to tell the captain. He was going to talk to Ryu. No, that's so sad. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted. And then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, oh! I pushed him. Oh, I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway.
I heard Nina cry out and dead on the floor, so I ran to her. She was just standing at the cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go."
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door.
Yes. I went into the cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right. That's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Suzaru-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged the young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote, yeah, so the person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway?
Yes. Accordingly, the SS Beria did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? Yeah, right?
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh! Thought he was gonna call for the inspector. Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police know about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I...
May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asoji really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
I think he was going to the wardrobe. For where Ryu was. Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give you your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
Oh, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in that wardrobe, but still. The cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. If there's one thing I've learnt today, it's a simple gaze can reveal all matter of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? The bed! His bed. I remember him being annoyed about the pillow. He said it was too thin. Didn't he put that big, thick book of Japanese law underneath it, in fact? Perhaps he was thinking of looking something up? Either that or talking to Miss Pavlova made him acutely tired. Oh, they gave me the achievement. Wardrobe. It's the wardrobe. I know it's the wardrobe. And the wardrobe. My wardrobe. I was in there at the time, of course, sleeping soundly. Too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced with the sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up. And maybe this tragedy would never have happened. Oh. Oh, right, I can present.
Take that!
Take that!
Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however... what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe.
The wardrobe?
And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Soji's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Another opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Soji intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh, stop!
Oh, no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Soji was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. Aw. What have I done? Oh, this is sad. And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. Oh. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at the Scotland Yard. What about the fact she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? I don't know that word. Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia, then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she'd be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. Is that how it works? I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganov? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. Aww, his redemption arc. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need a pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. Oh. It's like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. Stop! That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh, Suzato. Oh, Suzato-san?
Maruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
Oh, I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Stop! Suzato-san.
Oh. We had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible, but now...
No, now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. I don't know who this is. Oh, Inspector. I figured.
Inspector.
My duty was to see Asoji's son back to safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. Oh! And I'm free again now, at least. Hunt! What the heck? What the heck? Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo. What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Oops. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny.
Man, this chapter's long.
Mr. Sholmes.
I'm losing my voice, but I know it's almost over.
We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincerest condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heart-ending. I hope that you'll be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice of both Great Britain and Japan. It has to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Soji's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Oh, Susato was to be the assistant. Poor Susato-san. Oh. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
There it is. This is how we become a lawyer, is it? Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but
anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
yes.
Ryu? Miss Susato?
Yes?
Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. I defended myself that one time. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody can learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector. Every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I'll become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato?
Oh, I think it's a wonderful idea. Oh,
Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating. Duty rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Oh, Sholmes, I love you! Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector? After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer?
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant, after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh!
I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted.
Oh.
Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asoshi clan for generations.
Oh, stop. Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. Stop! It's so sweet! So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground. 3 times.
Oh. Oh.
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about the stowing away. Oh. And the cabin door was locked from the inside.
No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times.
The number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it.
No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be the form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujitsu technique.
Apparently, it's called the Suzato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Hiya!
Nice.
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Suzato takedown, is it?
Actually, no, that was a Suzato squash.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Oh? Karuma? Oh, his sword! That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asoji clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I cannot be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. No, of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London.
Oh my gosh. That was good. That was a good second case. Man. Oh. I am so sniffly though. And my throat is dying. The runaway room. That's exciting. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, 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 well. Thank you all so much for joining the stream today. I am so sniffly. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Who should we raid? Who's live? Oh. Hey, Mysterium Lily! Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing good. Followed you back from Otako stream. Hey! I'm actually about to raid Otaku. I'm just showing some love from Otaku's community. That's awesome. And we're gonna spread the love right back at you. Yay, let's meet there then. Thank you for the follow and thank you for popping in. And I'll see you guys next stream. Sending you off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.